Hello, Oracles. Well, I couldn't end this week with a video like I just had, the stock market adventure. I do think that we are going to go that route, but let's celebrate the awesomeness that was this week. 4 out of 5 days were green. We ended the week strong. Tesla actually finished today on session highs. Very, very bullish going into next week. Now, next week is a shortened week. Thank you, Abhishek, for reminding me that markets are closed Monday. I was so focused on my adventures and my long weekend, I totally forgot the market was closed. So we are closed Monday. We're going to have 4 days of trading next week. Next week, with the way we closed today, going into a long weekend, that's very bullish. Normally, going into a long weekend, we get a little bit of a Friday fade and a sell-off. So this is a very good sign going into next week. Now, my thoughts, and this is going to relate back to that video that I made about the stock market adventure. I do think that we are going to see some green next week, but then on the 10th, don't forget we are going to get the CPI data. When we get the CPI data, always going into these moments, we are going to have uncertainty. So this is a very nice relief rally that we are in, but I don't believe that it's a true rally. I think this is a nice relief rally. It's going to give us an opportunity to, see our market go green finally. So that'll be nice. And it's going to give me an opportunity. I'm going to start saving up some cash because I don't buy extra when the market's going up. I only buy when it's going down. So I dollar cost average every day regardless, but because the market is now going up, I'm going to start stockpiling more cash, which I can then use for the next dip because let's face it, we are going to get another dip. And so from what we have been learning this year, it is going to be a rinse and repeat type situation. We've been seeing this dead cat bounce. So the next time we come down, that's going to be, for me, the real signal to watch. Like, are we going to make lower lows? Are we going to dip into the 500s for Tesla? I think it's a possibility. So many of us out here, and we talk about self-fulfilling prophecies, so many of us out here are okay with it dipping into the 500s. And because so many of us are okay with that, that means that we're not buying as heavily into it as we dip because we're anticipating that it is going to come down that low, which in turn is going to allow it to come down that low. Maybe we can try to reverse course and all of us can stop thinking that and we'll think, hey, to the moon. I want to think that, but I also want to be realistic. I mean, I love all of you guys on here as subscribers, but let's face it, there's a lot more people out there than we have on this channel. I don't think we have that kind of pull yet. We're working on it. So in the meantime, just still be wise. So I'm going to be wise with my money. I'm going to enjoy this rally that we are in. If I have any stocks that I can free up and get out of, I certainly will, because then I can shift that money into cash and use that for more additions into the stocks that I like in the future. And when we talk about stocks in the future, that for me is where I'm going to be putting my money. We talked about it before. What do you think are the future FANG stocks? And TANG out there seems to be a very popular one. Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, and Google. Maybe Amazon, not sure, still trying to figure that one out. But others of you had also mentioned there may be some crypto players that jump into the FANG stocks as well. And then maybe some genomics come the end of the decade. So I think these are areas that I want to focus on putting my money in now as we are going through these rough times. And it's not always easy to pick the winners, especially when everything is falling. But don't forget, when you look at the companies that are doing the best and actually thriving during times of struggle for everyone else, that is a huge bullish sign. And there is no other company out there who has gotten through these times better than Tesla. And because I think Tesla is going to do the best coming out of this, that's where I'm putting the majority of my money. So take a look at the charts really quick. So RSI right now is pushed way back up to 46, right in the middle, so it's a good place to be. But looking at the 2 previous times that we came crashing down, when we had that other relief rally in March when the Fed first started raising interest rates, we pushed all the way up to over 80, which is overbought, before we started this tumble down that we're on now. Previously, when we saw the last quick rally, we pushed up to about 50 and then collapsed down to about 30. So which one are we going to get? I don't know. I do again feel that we're going to pull back, but for those of you who do swing trade, or maybe you've got your IRAs that you flip stocks in, this could be the time to monitor and see if it's going to be a time for you to sell and then wait for the next dip to buy back in. Not financial advice, just thoughts that I'm putting out there. And so with these thoughts, looking at the RSI, if we continue to push past 50, I think we might be on a nice rally. And if we keep going the way we're going, we might see that next week in the 4 days of trading leading up into the CPI data on the 10th. And then don't forget we get the FOMC meeting on the 15th, and we should get more indications as to whether the Fed's going to do a 50 basis point hike in July or a 25, and might actually give us indications if they're not going to do any rate hikes during later in this year, which that could be very dovish, and it's something we've talked about, how we think that the Fed could be turning from a hawkish stance to a dovish stance, and that could be what turns the market around for at least a little bit longer than just a relief rally. So again, I wanted to end this day and this week on a good note. What an awesome way to end the week. Tesla finishing at session highs and highs for the week, closing over 750 to end the week. It was amazing, very exciting. Let me know how you guys are feeling, because I know getting beat down this much stings. So this has been some very nice climbing. We do have some gaps to fill. I will take a look and see where we're at for gaps and share those with you guys, just so you can monitor, because again, we've been watching to see, are we making higher gaps than we did previously? Because when we do pull back, we'll fill that gap, and if it's higher than before, that could indicate higher lows, which means that we could start slowly pulling out of this, which could mean that we have hit a bottom. So just little things that I'm paying attention to in the charts. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a channel over on Discord as well. I have that link in the description down below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you later.